All right, let's get going. Gotta mute the monitor stream there. All right, where even am I? And what was I doing? I do believe... Oh yes, Camino. We had just picked up a load of satellites, I think. And we had been dropping a couple satellites out here with a future plan of maybe dropping a few more. Something like that. Okay, Hypori's covered. Manda's covered. We should go cover Bothawi. Because otherwise it's going to get kind of stuck. One load of satellites should cover that place pretty well. We probably should do that right now. Yeah. Yes, today you are indeed first. Ouch. Okay, fine. Stop it. Let go of my ship, you. There we go. Okay. Off we go. Yes, there's the gate. All nice and lined up on it. Okay, so we're gonna go to Bothawi. That means our next target would be there.
Jump completed. Manda.
Over this direction somewhere.
Jump beacon. Bothawi.
Oh. That was remarkably close. I do miss the more visible jump gates with vanilla, but... oh well. Anyway. Let's see, how many satellites am I actually going to want to drop here? I'm going to want to put one by this gate to cover that station. Drop one by that station. Then just cover the rest of the gates, I guess. I probably should do another sensor ping in this system because it's been a long time since I've been there last. Seizure causing game.
Jump completed. Bothawi.
Maybe a little, I don't know. This is a pretty reasonable place to drop the first satellite. Okay. Put the second one over there.
Autopilot. Engaged.
Hello, Caesar. Welcome here. During jumps. There's at least a couple of systems that have a bright blue background that are eye-searing as well, which is a bit unfortunate, but oh well. Okay.
Autopilot.
Okay.
Disengaged.
I put one there, and then maybe we should put another one right here, actually. Because that'll cover most of this region pretty effectively. That'll be the third one, then we can put one out there and one here somewhere, maybe. Which reminds me. Sensor scan.
Autopilot. Engaged.
Oh, hello. I might want to move this satellite. If there's a sensor, if there's a station right there, it can move it over to here. In which case... we'll see what coverage we get if we drop a satellite right here.
Autopilot. Disengaged.
I don't like that coverage. Okay, we'll pick this satellite up. There we go. Got a Gazanti miner. Any idea where the best spot is? No. I would suggest that you look around and try to find a place that doesn't have good supply. Let's drop the new satellite there, and then we'll go pick up the old satellite.
Autopilot engaged.
The best thing to mine, without question, is almost always silicon. It's very rare that ore makes enough money to be worth it. But silicon, even if it's already fairly saturated, will make money. It'll make enough money to make your money back and then some. There's of course a difference between making a lot of money and making enough money to pay for the miner and a little bit besides.
Disengaged.
To make a lot of money, you need to find a place that doesn't have much silicon supply.
Advanced satellite.
But if you can just assign one medium miner per silicon using system you can find, that tends to... we overshot it. That tends to actually be pretty profitable. Matter of fact, in my last run, one of the things I did is I just flew around and hunted down every place that used silicon. Bonk. Oh! Ogsite is here! And Raiders! Welcome in, welcome in. What sort of adventure were you having today? Okay. We have one there. I think I'll put another one over here-ish. We're not going to get coverage of this jump beacon, but I think that's okay.
Autopilot engaged.
Hello, hello. Welcome here. Finishing up the Split storyline. Split story's kind of fun. I expected it to have a little more content to it than it did, but it was kind of fun anyway when I did it. Quest for more money is pretty much the whole game. Okay, that's a reasonable drop. Actually, I'm gonna put a satellite right out here.
Disengaged. Autopilot engaged.
That'll be 4, and then we'll drop another one over by this gate. I'd like to have a couple more in the middle, but this system doesn't matter that much. What kind of station buys silicon? It depends. A silicon refinery definitely buys silicon. But sometimes there are other systems or other stations that will just randomly buy silicon. Usually like a high-tech factory or something like that. Because they mix together production with,
Autopilot.
well, to do their own raw material processing. It's not that common, but...
Autopilot.
if you see a silicon refinery, that's always a place to drop a miner. How are my Star Wars adventures? Well, we're finally, in theory at least, self-sufficient for our station construction. Actually, I just realized I have not checked that yet since started stream. How are things going here? Okay, we finished the second module prefab production. It takes about, I think it's about 35 minutes to build one, so this one only got a little tiny bit of progress. It's going to take probably at least at the current rate of speed a few hours to build up the resources required, but In the meantime, you will make money. We finally have 2 out of the eventual 4 module prefab construction thingies. I probably need to expand the station to be even larger than it currently is. Double its size maybe or something in the future. But that cut a rather large amount of costs out of our budget.
Autopilot disengaged.
Go ahead and drop our last satellite. Okay, that's fairly reasonable coverage for a minor system.
Jump beacon. Manda.
Let's go back to Camino and buy another load of satellites. Yeah, basically the easy way to find out if someplace buys silicon after you've explored the area is just to turn on trade filter and either go into filter settings, add remove wares and add silicon, or just find a station that buys it or sells it. There probably won't be any that sell it. Find a station that buys it and click on it like that and set it as a filter, and then you can just zoom out and it'll draw a little arrow to wherever the highest price is. Or you can zoom in over a region and find out if there's anybody in the area that you know of who buys or sells it. It can be a little bit of fun, careful arranging of where your screen is so that you can see or not see various places to try to figure out the various markets for it. If you zoom in far enough, it starts splitting the box up, cover individual systems or small groups of stations even. But anyway, the trade filter is
Jump completed. Manda.
pretty useful. Once you find a place that buys it, you're guaranteed to make at least some money. May not be much money, but it'll be more money than almost anything else you could mine. And it will eventually pay for the miner. Where am I? Oh, okay.
Jump beacon. Camino.
We're pretty much right on course. But anyway, usually that's the first, well, I try to make it the first thing I buy on a new run, which admittedly I haven't started that many new runs, so I'm not exactly an expert on starting new game, but I try to buy a medium miner and get it mining silicon. It's easy money. Have to get some sleep. Well, see you later.
Jump completed.
Thank you very much for the raid. Okay. We'll buy another load of satellites. This is probably one of the last times we're going to visit here for a while. It's likely that future, after the next system we satellite up, going up to Kessel will probably be a faster approach. Okay. Go ahead and buy some more satellites. Oh, decreasing the amount of satellites you can carry to 5 is probably one of my least favorite changes this mod made.
We were hit.
Uh-oh. He's probably fine. That system has a pretty good defense force. Assuming it's just some Vong, they'll squash him pretty quickly and the miner will be fine.
Requesting permission to jump.
On the other hand, if the miner is not fine, then it'd be just an excuse to buy another large miner. We actually have a pretty good amount of money in the bank at the moment. 35 million. And that's actually going up pretty quickly.
Jump completed. Manda. Jump
The Oops is
beacon.
making a
Roll
solid
over.
profit already, despite not even being fully online, and despite sinking a lot of its more expensive products into its own construction rather than for sale. Anyway. So let's see, after Manda, we go to,
Jump completed. Roll over.
this place. Get all nice and lined up. Anyway. So in here, we already dropped a couple satellites, one there and one there. We'll probably put the next one here. No, it's not going to have enough coverage to hit those three. So we'll do the next one there. And the next one after that, probably over here. No, wait. If you do it here... Yeah, that's
Jump
a better idea.
completed. Zebras.
That should cover these two. Maybe this one, but it's probably just beyond the edge. And it will give a reasonable amount of coverage of this blank spot. Because after all, I don't just want the satellites to be able to see the stations. I also want to be able to see what ships are flying around in case I care about it. Most of the... Actually, honestly, the biggest benefit of being able to see ships around the area is being able to see construction ships if I want to hire one.
Autopilot. Disengaged.
Okay, good coverage. Then we'll drop the next one here-ish, which maybe will cover this one as well, but more importantly, will cover a large chunk of space and this station. And after that, if this one is covered, then we'll drop over here more. If it isn't covered, we'll drop over here more. And then we'll get those two with a couple more satellites. Actually, wait, there's this one here yet, too. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we won't quite have enough to do the whole system if we do it that way. But
Autopilot. Engaged.
we'll see what we can manage. I should do a sensor ping. Have I decided military conquest or economic conquest? There we go. Definitely military.
Autopilot.
Economic
Disengaged.
conquest is so boring.
Autopilot. Engaged.
I did that cancel destination thing again. Really annoying when that happens. Okay. Maybe it covers it. Okay, we'll drop the next one out here.
Autopilot. Autopilot. Engaged.
And the next one after that will go here-ish. And the last one will drop over here. We won't worry too much about covering the defense platform, because defense platforms never have anything economically viable anyway. And after that, I think we go up to Kessel and get a load, because the next place is... it'll be shorter overall to go. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 jumps to here, 4 jumps to here, 2 jumps to Kessel. Yeah, a little bit faster to go to Kessel and grab a load, because we're not coming all the way back anyway. Go ahead and drop a satellite.
Autopilot
And
disengaged.
then we put the next one there.
Autopilot engaged.
I need to do more scouting along the Empire Republic border. And try to see if I can find any places where the Republic are attacking the Empire. Because that's my best hope of legitimately getting on the good side of the Empire. Is to find an Empire station that's being attacked by the Republic and defend it vigorously, shall we say. Because we need to... I don't mind destroying New Republic stuff. But we need to do it close enough to an Imperial station that it gets counted as in defense of the Imperial station. Which unfortunately doesn't... That's pretty close from what I remember. And in this mod, turrets seem to have a fairly long range, so we need to be really careful about that as well.
Disengaged.
Okay, perfect. That's definitely covered. This isn't quite covered. I could probably move the satellite a little tiny bit and get that fixed, but I don't care. We'll drop the next satellite over there, I think.
Autopilot engaged.
And then it'll be on to Kessel to buy some more satellites. But anyway, I need to get the Empire at least not actively shooting me. And then I can do various easy methods to get my rank up with them a little bit. If I absolutely have to and just can't figure out any way to get them to like me, I might have to do a little save file editing, but I'd really rather not have to do that. Thank you very much.
Jump beacon.
But anyway. Problem is, it's so hard to get on a faction's good side when you start off hostile with them. If they're just a little hostile, it's not really a problem. There's various things you can do. But if they're actively shooting at you... I wish they were a little more... I wish they cared a little more about stuff you kill in the same system, and not just stuff you kill close to their stations. Because the way it is, technically they're supposed to be in control of these systems. You'd think they would care
Jump beacon. You do.
what you do there, but apparently they don't. Oh well. Of course, if you buy a police license, then suddenly they're all very concerned about everything you do in their system, but obviously buying a police license requires a good reputation. So that's a bit of a problem. So what I really need to find is some place where the New Republic is trying to destroy a Imperial station. And probably going to involve dropping satellites all over the place along the borders. And then bringing the Pretender out there somewhere.
Jump completed. You do. Jump beacon. Cassel.
I'm likely going to need the Pretender to kill enough stuff to make it make a difference. I'm not sure what the distance... I should look all this stuff up, too. Figure out what the distance is that you have to be within a station before the kill counts. Rather than just trying to wing it, you know. Usually if you look up the information rather than just trying to wing it, it goes a little better. Oh well. Okay.
Jump completed. Caisson. Wharf.
There's a mining guild wharf out here. Good luck seeing it because somehow space around Kessel is orange. Very realistic, I'm sure. I'm not sure, was Kessel ever shown in any of the movies? Oh. And there's her dock.
Docking granted.
And here we go. Give me more satellites, please. Okay. What does this place sell in the way of ships anyway? Don't remember. Different kinds of miner. Mining Guild TIE fighters, which are just kind of ridiculous looking. Yeah, nothing too interesting. Nothing interesting at all. Shut off in solo. Well, that doesn't count. I don't care if they were the few, quote, good ones, end quote, or not. The Disney stuff doesn't count.
Jump beacon.
Not real. Okay. Let's see. So from here we go back down. Oh. This is our next gate.
Jump
There we
beacon.
go.
Jump completed. You do.
All nice and lined up.
Docking permission granted.
Pretty reasonable. Okay, from there, this place is satellited. This place is only going to take a few satellites. Do I hate all Disney Star Wars? Yep. No reason to pay any attention to any of it. I read a couple of their post-Disney books and it was like, nope, no thanks. This stuff's all trash. You can't just destroy the entire expanded universe like that and expect me to be a fan.
Jump completed. Tiff.
Okay. We'll drop our first satellite there. I hope that'll provide coverage of both of these, but if not... actually, no, we'll drop it here.
Autopilot. Engaged.
Also, I'm just not a fan of the House of the Mouse in the first place. So... have the whole... Not only did Disney make it, but most of it was trash, so... 2 strikes and you're definitely out. think maybe we'll just turn the autopilot off. I can hand fly through an asteroid belt a lot faster than it can. Yeah, I know a lot of people like the TV shows. I just can't bring myself to care. The stuff that it replaced was way better. I better select this so I don't overshoot it. Okay. Engine kill. Drop a satellite. We'll drop another one over here.
Autopilot engaged.
And then after that, we'll drop one over here somewhere. And then one over here. And we're out of here. Not all bad. EA no longer has an exclusive license. True. However, correct me if I'm wrong here, but EA's exclusive license was Disney's fault in the first place.
Empty space. Autopilot disengaged.
That's pretty good placement for that. And then we'll drop another one here.
Autopilot engaged.
Yeah. EA having the Star Wars game license was a bit of a crime. And they sat there and didn't do anything with it for years. Thought it was older than Disney Takeover? Don't know for sure. I'd have to look it up. But the Disney Takeover is pretty old by this point already.
Autopilot disengaged.
It was definitely going to drop us out of drive for that. Look it up.
Empty space.
Yeah, because LucasArts used to have Lucas Games, or Lucas Game Studios, whatever it's called. Lucas Game Studios, I think it was called. And that got closed down, I think, by Disney. But I'm not 100% sure on that one.
Autopilot engaged. Autopilot disengaged.
Autopilot in asteroid fields
Empty
is so bad.
space.
I mean, it doesn't ram into him too often, so that's good, but... Oh. Hello. Okay. Our proposed satellite will cover that. Okay. I probably should do a sensor ping. And then maybe drop the last satellite out in the middle here.
Autopilot engaged.
We'll go out to the middle, we'll do another sensor ping, and we'll drop a satellite. Oh, would you look at that? Okay, correction. We'll drop our last satellite over there. Yeah. It should be a pretty reasonable place to put it. Okay.
Autopilot. Disengaged.
Stop being wonky.
Empty
Damn autopilot.
space.
Asteroid fields are the worst. Yeah, you can see the station right over there. Thing that popped up was EA trying to get bought by Disney. Hope it doesn't happen. Yep, that would be really bad. Two really shitty companies bound together forever. No, thank you. Okay.
Jump beacon. Edu.
Back to Kessel for more satellites. Yeah. A lot of people appear to like the latest EA Star Wars stuff, the Jedi Fallen Order game. I don't know if that's the latest one anymore or not. And Squadrons wasn't too bad. I mean, EA, once they lost the license, they did manage to crank out a few decent, okay-ish Star Wars games. Which I guess is a bit surprising, EA being EA. Although, Squadrons probably could have been a lot better if... Well, hoping for a new Empire at War. That would be cool. I really used to like Empire at War as a kid. I remember one time I forgot to pause the game when I had to leave for somewhere. In the Forces of Corruption campaign.
Jump completed. Edu.
And I came back hours later. Nothing had changed because the Forces of Corruption campaign
Jump
was
beacon.
very
Kessel.
scripted. And so a lot of the time the AI would just not do anything while it waited for you to go through the next step. Anyway. And so I had like millions of credits piled up. Nothing to spend it on. I played the new modes, they're totally different. New modes. Or mods. Oh, no, I've never really played mods for that game.
Jump completed. Kessel. Wharf.
Yeah, most of my time playing Empire at War was quite firmly in the pre-internet era. Or I should say pre-me having internet era. So mods just wouldn't have been something that I would have done. Well, that's not entirely true. Mods would have been something I wouldn't have done except outside of very specific games.
Docking granted.
For example, I did play a lot of modded Oblivion back then. Have fun. Why do I keep opening up that? we go. Let's buy satellites. Typically advanced satellites. Okay. So I think this place is covered to my satisfaction. So the next place to go.
Jump beacon. Edu.
Okay. I did cover everything around down here, right? Yeah. Everything? Looks kind of like it. Oh, we almost have the entirety of Purple Space satellited. To at least a minimum standard of quality. Probably high time to go seriously try to suck up to the Empire. Okay. Yeah. I know there's a pretty vibrant modding community for Empire at War. It just never really struck me as... Well, I guess I shouldn't say I knew. I know there is now. I didn't find out about it until years after I was mostly done with Empire at War.
Autopilot jump completed. Edu.
Okay.
Autopilot.
Drop
Disengage.
the first satellite there. Second
Autopilot
satellite can go there.
engaged.
I guess one of the Armco guys plays a lot of modded Empire at War, but I don't really watch him. The only Armco streamer I watch is Wasted. I just don't like Shaq's content. Not even sure if I could really articulate why.
Autopilot disengaged.
Okay. If I drop one there, it'll cover a large chunk of the middle. Also a major trade lane. We need to put one over here and one down there. And then these two need to be covered yet. This one doesn't really need to be covered. This one does. Actually, if I drop one right here beside the equipment dock, that should probably cover all three.
Engaged.
I really miss the 50 satellite limit. Buy a scout fighter, load it down with 50 satellites, and just send it off to go do its thing. Problem solved.
Autopilot disengaged.
Okay, good coverage. Then we just drop one more. I think right there probably give us the best bang for our buck. And then we put another over here by this gate. I think that's all the satellites we have. We don't have to worry about that.
Autopilot engaged.
Pretty decent coverage. I'm definitely not satelliting up systems nearly as heavily here as I would normally. And it's largely because of the 5 satellite limit. And due to the way the AI orders work for satellites, it is pretty frustrating to place many satellites automatically
Disengaged.
when you have to stop for resupply constantly.
Engaged.
Although I think, if you're really careful about it, you could probably chain a whole bunch of orders together. You'd have to put in plenty of resupply orders in the middle. It would probably work. Because it doesn't seem to, it doesn't track your inventory intelligently. So if you have 5 satellites in inventory, you could order it to drop 6 satellites, and it would just cancel the last one when it finds out it can't.
Autopilot disengaged.
Speaking of which, we're out of
Jump
satellites
beacon.
again.
Caisson.
Back to Kessel we go. And that leaves this place. And this place is the only purple systems that aren't satellited. Okay. Anyway, back to Kessel. I just find it easier to fly it myself instead of trying to very carefully chain, drop 5 satellites, go buy more, drop 5 satellites, go buy more orders. It just seems extra tedious. I suppose I could set up a ship so that its idle order is to go dock at a wharf and then buy 5 satellites, have them go place them, and then go do something else and then come back and check on it, see if it's done yet. If it is, then just grab it, buy 5 satellites, go send it to someplace else to drop them. I'd have to keep repositioning it at new wharves to keep it relatively efficient, but I don't know.
Jump completed. Caisson. Wharf.
Then I have to figure out something else to do to kill time while I'm waiting for stations to build. Someday we will have an actual navy. We can kill time by blowing up New Republic forces or something. But that day is not the day. Okay.
Docking granted.
Go ahead and dock. Buy satellites. Okay. And off we go. Kessel has not been satellited, I guess. This particular station has been, but come on, autosave, hurry up. Okay, so we'll drop 1 there-ish. After that, basically we're just going to drop 1 by every gate. First, though, to release a ping.
Autopilot engaged.
Okay, I'm not getting any station returns, so that's good. Yeah. We'll just drop a satellite close to every gate, and then we'll go back and buy another load, and then we'll go on to the next system. That should cover enough of the system to be reasonable. Okay.
Autopilot disengaged.
One there.
Autopilot.
Then we'll do one over
engaged.
there and one out here. Okay. After we're done saddling up purple space, we should probably head back to Hoth. I'm not sure if I should take the Pretender and head for the Empire, or if I should just take my TIE and head for the Empire. Either way, we need to go to the Empire and start exploring.
Autopilot.
It would actually be kind of
disengaged.
tempting.
Autopilot engaged.
It would be kind of tempting to load the Pretender down with satellites. I'm not sure how much you can carry though. Let's find out. How many satellites can the Pretender carry? Will this tell me? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Well, that's unfortunate. It can definitely carry more than a fighter, though.
Autopilot.
Problem is, it's
disengaged.
just slow and cumbersome. Also, I want to be closer to that.
Autopilot engaged.
Problem is, it's just slow and cumbersome, and so I'd rather, if I was going to load the Pretender with satellites, it'd be so I could use it as a mobile base to reload at. But if I'm off in the Imperial space, there's only a couple places I'd be able to buy satellites at.
Autopilot disengaged.
Well, we can't actually see the gate, but that's fine. We don't need to. Right there's the Maw. This place could take 1, 2... Yeah. Full set of 5 would be overkill for the next system, but oh well. Ate all your food already? Anyway. Actually, I probably don't need that many satellites. I just need to fly around the border areas and try to look for signs of fighting. I wonder if I can lure a rebel fleet close to something and then blow it up. That would be really risky to try, though. Like, if I could shoot them and then fly away while they chase me. Maybe?
Docking granted.
But if I did that with something like the Pretender, fly away probably wouldn't happen. And if I did it with a fighter, it'd have to be a small group. Or else... Yeah, anyway. Hello, Colo. Welcome here.
Jump beacon. Nimben.
I can find a small, well, almost as good as finding New Republic attacking a Imperial outpost would be if I could find New Republic or an Imperial outpost in New Republic space that I could lure fighter patrols into chasing me to and then blow them up. Because my reputation with the Empire should go up pretty quickly if I get a few protected station type kills. Problem is I might have to kill them too close to the station to be reasonable. I need to look up what the distance is for that.
Jump completed. Nimben.
Okay. Where do I want to drop the first one? Probably there-ish, actually.
Autopilot. Engaged.
Yeah. Oh.
Autopilot. Disengaged.
Drop a satellite. And then we'll go drop one out here.
Autopilot. Engaged.
Then we'll drop another one right there in the center of this triangle. And from there, drop one over here maybe, and one out here. Something like that. And then back to Castle for more satellites, I think. Yeah, back to Castle for more satellites. I should probably do a sensor ping here. Satellite.
Autopilot.
And onward to the next
Disengage.
place.
Autopilot. Engaged.
Okay. Like somebody's attacking this. Looks like it is a pirate of some kind. HTP. Who is that? Pirates, okay. But that's not a
Autopilot.
station I care
Disengage.
about. Like, I don't really need to suck up to this faction right now. I'm pretty friendly with them as it is. Okay. So if I drop one here. It'd be more efficient to go over here and drop one there first, I guess. Let's do it there.
Autopilot. Engaged.
Make sure I have the required... Yeah, I have 2 satellites left. Everything is going according to plan. In theory. When I stop back at the Kessel warp, I should also take a look at the oops and see how things are going there.
Autopilot. Disengaged.
Okay. There was not expected station out here.
Autopilot. Engaged.
Hello, Bo. Welcome here. Okay. Drop our last satellite.
Jump beacon. Caisson.
And back to Kessel we go. I said, hello, Bo. Welcome here. Nope. Autosave. Come on, autosave. Hurry up. Doesn't take that long. You know,
Jump completed. Caisson.
this seems a little bit out of left field of the topic maybe, but C programmers have such terrible methods of writing files. You have to make some food. Well, please don't starve. That would be bad. Also, you're supposed to be well by now. Being sick for prolonged periods of time sucks. I would recommend against it. But anyway, sitting there watching the game save for some reason made me think of the way a lot of files I encounter are structured. Like, I used to play around with reverse engineering some. Just not reverse engineering anything important, but reverse engineering like old game file data formats, stuff like that. There's several complete reworks that are good. One usually used done by a team, very balanced, has different roles for ships and troops like ion boats, blacks. Oh, you mean for Empire at War? But anyway, it usually doesn't take long when you open a file up in a hex editor and start playing around with it before you figure out that, oh yes, this person wrote all their stuff in C.
Jump beacon. Nimben.
Because a lot of C programmers define structures. In other words, I'm not going to try to explain what a structure is. But they define a data type, and they just write that data type to the file directly. And that's how they define their file type formats, by writing a whole bunch of data types that map the file out.
Jump completed. Nimben.
And that is very different
Jump
from how I would go about
Launcher.
writing a file. Because if I was writing a binary file, I would store my data in whatever format is easiest to use for me, and then write a method for that, or function or a method or whatever, depending what language I was working in, that takes that type and then serializes it. In other words, turns it into a binary representation for writing. And the way it got written
Jump
out might have no
completed.
resemblance
Launch out.
whatsoever to, okay. So this is apparently a new
Autopilot
capture.
Engaged.
We should probably go scan this place again, but these mines out in the middle, that's usually a hallmark of a neutral system. Yeah, a structure is a kind of customizable data type, basically. Okay. We'll drop another one over there. Yeah. Thankfully, I avoided most of the COVID insanity. I actually got out more in 2020 than I did in 2019. Well.
Get out of here.
And who are you? New Republic? I think you might go boom if you chase me. Also, what is the autopilot doing?
Autopilot disengaged.
It headed roughly in the right direction, but then it just kind of changed its mind and went off to who knows where. Yeah, we're definitely being chased.
E-wing.
E-wing, huh?
More space debris.
Oh, really? It's E-wing versus TIE Defender.
Left, better than that.
In a head-to-head,
No. Stop.
I think the E-wing has already lost. Boom. No loots? Okay. Let's do a quick long-range scan. This isn't really the center of the system, but I don't actually care that much. I might go drop a... Oh, hello station. Okay.
Autopilot engaged.
Bunch of new stations have cropped up here since last time I was here. Yeah. I haven't been actually sick, like felt like I was gonna throw up or anything like that, outside of a minor headache or something, in years now. So, go me. Okay. And
Autopilot disengaged.
drop another scan just in case.
Autopilot engaged.
And then we'll go drop a satellite out here. Okay, that's a lockbox. We don't care. Lockboxes are probably worth doing. I just find them tedious enough and don't bother with them.
Autopilot disengaged.
Okay. I do believe that every single purple system has been scanned. And satellited.
Jump beacon. Nimben.
Alright. Let's just take our last remaining couple satellites and go back home to Hoth, why don't we?
Autopilot engaged.
Boom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've never gotten COVID. Oh well. And honestly, I'm not concerned about it either. For somebody my age, relatively healthy, solid immune system, not something I'd worry about. Come on, autosave, hurry up. Got places to be.
Jump completed.
You're holding up progress. There we go. This is where it'd be really nice to have long-range teleport. Well, I'm pretty sure that if you looked up disease carrier in an encyclopedia, one side of the page would have a picture of a rat, and the other side of the picture would have the other side of the page would have a picture of a kid.
Jump completed.
Because
Random.
I'm pretty sure that's pretty much exactly how that works. Oh well. Not much you can do about it except force the little bastards to wash their hands.
Jump completed. Nanthree.
On the other hand, when you get right down to it, the more kids get sick, the better, because gotta get their immune systems properly loaded and trained. Within limits, of course. You don't want to get in, let them to get nasty stuff like, say, for example, measles. That's why childhood vaccines exist, after all. But your random colds and flus and that kind of BS, it's like, okay, congratulations, you're gonna enjoy not getting that crap later in life. Or at least have an easier time with it later in life.
Jump completed. Nimben.
But anyway, while we sit here and wait to fly back to our home station, how are things going? 14 minutes, okay, so it's made progress. We're down to 7,000, 8,000 instead of 10,000. So it's small steps. Looks like our freighter is currently hauling over some energy cells. Silicon ore still up there, but they're getting a bit low, which means we probably should get another large miner going for them. We're at 18 million since the start of stream.
Jump completed.
Actually, a little
Jump
after
in.
the start of stream. So this is cranking out money at a pretty good rate. We need to get some smart chips so we can buy those drones. Okay.
Got you in my sights.
We're doing pretty good on just capacities. I need to buy another large miner. Maybe 2. At least 1. Let's go ahead and put that on order right now. Let's buy 2 large miners. We have the money. 53 million? Yeah. Buy ships. Size L. A9 ore miner. Miner loadout. Add to shopping list. Remember you were bitching you had a test yesterday? Yes, I remember. You passed it? Passing's all that matters.
Jump completed. Quelora.
Obviously, it's better to pass with a higher grade than a lower, but... Looks like we're taking a detour through New Republic space. Suppose that makes sense, because we were up pretty high. Like, where were we even? Way up here. What path did we take back? It must have been down through here. Yeah. So they updated Empire at War
Jump
in
completed.
2020, so modders could do
Exiting.
more things with it? Huh. The only version of that game I ever played was the gold edition that came on a DVD.
Might as well just eject.
So whatever patches were on there was whatever I had. That game was, annoyingly, one of the very few games in my library whose DRM was aggressive enough that it couldn't be run with a virtual disk emulator.
Jump completed. Then on.
Go away.
Signal silent. Would you like some
I don't think they
more?
like me around here. One problem with trying to find New Republic versus Empire is that they're both going to be red on the map. We're just gonna have to look
Lost.
for people fighting. For example. There were some back there.
Jump completed.
Anyway, hello
Chardown.
survey, welcome here.
Get lost.
Yeah. I hated school as a kid. Absolutely hated it. Largely because it was just tedious bullshit. And I have a fairly low tolerance for tedious bullshit. It wasn't that I didn't know the stuff, I just didn't give a shit about it. Which is not conducive to good grades, let's put it that way.
You're going
Jump completed. Pax.
It was not conducive to good grades at all. But I managed to finally escape one day, and that was that. No more school for me. How many more jumps do we have? This one's just about ready.
You're not much of a pilot,
One,
are
two,
you?
three. Okay, we're almost there. Boom.
Jump completed. Darknell.
I'd really like to get the ability to build my own fighters. Preferably well configured ones. Isn't coding tedious? It depends. If you're doing something boring, yes, it can be very tedious. If you're doing something interesting, well, it's quite the opposite. It all depends on what you find interesting, I guess.
Have you actually flown a real ship before?
Ah! Okay, that one is louder than it needs to be.
Jump completed.
Thank you,
Oriental.
autosave, for this opportunity to appreciate the sound design of this mod. I really appreciated it. It was very enlightening. Okay, it looks like we have about 10 minutes until we get our miners. Actually, no. That's how much they take. Damn it. Do they not have enough resources in stock to build those things? That's great. We have to swing past that shipyard and see what they're short on. Hello, Nova. Welcome here.
Kiss your plasma vents goodbye.
Yeah, we'll have to swing past that station, see what they're short on. Oh. Oh well.
Jump completed. Rutan.
Let's see. 3 more jumps, something like that. Surprised I didn't notice. Well, here's a way to find out what they're short on. What? Oh, I wonder. No. They must be fine on.
Need space.
Okay. They must be fine on it. They just must have full construction. Or not call it. Because it looks like they have all the materials available. And it's not counting down, so it must mean they have full construction berths or something. That doesn't make sense, because I would see them on the map if they did. We'll have to swing past there and check.
Jump completed. Terminus.
Because you'd think you would see the icon of the ship under construction on the map, but I don't see anything. Weird. Let's go check it out. Okay, where are we at? Autopilot. You suck.
Autopilot. Disengaged.
There we
Jump
go.
completed. Estignaha.
We just have a couple jumps, so we'll fly it by hand. Also, this is an asteroid field, so... Okay. So after we reach Hoth, it's... Yeah. Just off to the right. I probably should go scan that place anyway so I can see their stock levels. Because it's not showing their stock levels on the map, which means we don't have sufficient station intel. I wonder what my frame rate is right now. It's gotta be low.
Jump
You're off to sleep?
completed. Puff.
Well, see you later, Colo.
Jump beacon. Matao.
Okay. Go through this gate over here. Woke up an hour ago. I'm back to slumber. It's just the way it happens sometimes, I suppose. Okay.
Jump completed.
So we
Matao.
want the shipyard.
Shipyard.
We're building large ships after all. Ugh. It looked like on the map like they have 2 large bays. So we'll swing past them and see what's going on. Oh, they're building them now. Okay. It's like, oh no, he's coming! Quick, put him into production! We'll take a swing past and take a look at it anyway. I do need to scan the place. I don't need to, but I want to. And I guess in video games, want to and need to are probably synonymous. Okay. Let's make sure we hit everything up.
Requesting permission to dock.
Give them all a bit of
Docking permission granted.
lovely color. I kind of like this dock. It looks cool.
Docking granted.
Monk.
Docking aborted.
No, thank you. Not interested. Okay. Argon habitats. They sure look like Argon habitats. Okay. New message from what? That's not what I wanted to press. Oh. Please be informed after valuing your current assets, assigned to organize the following rating. Private company. You're now considered equal to a small private company or mercenary band. Government representative. Start to take notice of your actions. Alright. How is this going to matter?
You're in serious trouble. Was that supposed to be impressive?
Okay. 10% as reputation penalty with enemies from positive rep gain. Unfortunately, I doubt it counts the other way around. If it counts the other way around, then I'm going to go shoot up a whole bunch of New Republic ships. You had to pay a DLC to play as a Xenon, you'd buy it? Oh, so would I. I don't know if I would play as the Xenon, but maybe I would once or twice.
So you decode this transmission.
Yeah, I probably would play once or twice. But I'm sure such an update would have other cool stuff in it as well. Can you please scan the thingy? Scan it. Scan it. There we go, finally.
So you decode this transmission.
35% information unlocked. Okay, I guess the spine here needs to be re-scanned. There we go. For some reason, these cross connectors are... You really don't want to scan them.
I just want this to be over. You died.
They seem to really dislike getting those scanned. Wonder why. Scan it. Scan. Scan. Also, we're stuck in a blasted hitbox again. Let me out. Damn it. Why do these things always happen to me?
You don't stand a chance.
Well. There
We're
we go.
hit.
Action 4 minor under attack. It'll be fine. The Action 4s are the mediums? Yeah, the mediums. There we go, finally. Oh no. We have another cross connector. Please. Just scan the damn cross connector. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now. %. That's all. I think this little defensive nubbin out here is considered part of the station. So let's just zip out here and take a look at it. There we go.
Requesting permission to dock.
Docking permission granted.
Scan the next bit. And finally... Okay. There's another one out here. Go ahead and scan all this stuff. Okay, one last load. There we go. Okay, which bits of this aren't scanned yet? I think I scanned all of these. Oh, there's a thing that got missed somehow. I probably scanned enough to be able to see its stock levels, which is what I care about. But no lobe off that side. Okay. There's a bit that hasn't gotten scanned. How did that one get missed? Here we go. That one was relatively cooperative. Oh, there's a bit out here too. It's gonna ask us if we want to dock shortly.
Docking granted.
The answer to that is, of course,
Docking aborted.
no. Alright, how close are we to 100%? I don't think I've ever managed to get 100% information out of station anyway, so I don't even know if it's possible. But anyway, this has been pretty thoroughly scanned. Also, it looks like our new miners are available, so let's go assign them. Okay, you two. I'll assign you to the oops. Mine for commander. Group Alpha.
Requesting permission to dock.
Docking permission granted.
A9 miner.
Let's go see if we can ride one of the miners back. They're large ships, so we should be able to hitch a ride. I don't mean actually landing on them. That's boring. Actually, I have never... You know what? That's not boring. Let's land on one of these
Docking
things.
granted.
I want to go see what their...
Hello.
TIE Defender.
I want to go see what their bridge looks like. Okay. Externally, just your standard X4 docking pad. Purely transplanted from something vanilla. Ding. Are you trying to submit a name request, Nova? Because we don't have any large transports. This almost looks like a vanilla. Is this a vanilla bridge? I think this might be a vanilla bridge. I just don't recognize it. Okay. This is a large miner. Aw, there's an invisible wall here. Boo! I'm pretty sure this is a vanilla bridge. Oh well. Let's go back out to the TIE Defender. Yeah. I only have a single transport ship right now. It's a, what do I call it? It's a medium transport whose sole job is to haul stuff out to the build storage. I don't remember what kind it is. Probably should have bought a Gozanti, but I didn't, I don't think.
Jump completed. Vespine.
Okay. Out of my seat, please. That was a weird bug. Also, why are they in... Oh, I know. Okay. They're in Bespin instead of Hoth because they're going around the top way. Also, they just left me behind. Not that I really care because I don't want to go around this way. Well, okay, first of all, naming rules for ships are pretty simple.
Jump completed.
I,
Matao. Jump beacon. Hov.
Everybody may name one civilian ship and one combat ship, although I don't really have any combat ships available to name at the moment. But more importantly, the name format is always the namer's name as in a possessive form, and then whatever the name of the ship shall be. So if you want to name it Economy, then it will be Nova's Economy, or Nova Galaxy's Economy. And I'm expanding the naming rules slightly, so that there's a third category for this run of stations. Although currently we only have one station, and Survey already named that one. So if you want a large miner named Nova's Economy, that is a thing that can happen.
Jump completed. Hov.
Or if you'd like to name it something else, that can happen as well. Okay. And here we are
Requesting permission to
aboard the Oops, or at the Oops. This naming rule is how it's been ever since the very first time I started naming player ships, so I don't think I'm going to change it now. I kind of like it. I did adjust it slightly for this station, but that was mostly just a whim of mine. I don't really feel the need to put a Navy prefix onto ship names. It seems silly. Shouldn't have given away your station. Well, I didn't quite know that that's what was going to happen to it. What even was the name of that station again? It still has that name. It's just that the emotional damage. Which was a pretty appropriate name when we had to give it up to get our money out of it, but oh well. That was a kind of cool little station. Obviously it isn't nearly as cool as this station, which actually makes us a lot of money, whereas that made us just a little bit of money. Okay. This station is almost a purpose-built obstacle course. Although I did not design it to be that way at all. Yeah. I sold Survey's station in X4, and I keep trying to kill Dread in Dwarf Fortress. Guys in chat better watch out. You never know what's going to happen. Need to play Call to the Lamb. You know, I watched Staff play it. And I watched somebody else play it too. I don't remember who it was who played it, but I watched a little bit of it. It just didn't really strike me as something I would enjoy.
Docking aborted.
Requesting permission to dock.
Docking permission granted.
However, whenever you get bored of RimWorld, not RimWorld, whenever you get bored of Dwarf Fortress, RimWorld might happen. So that'll be more opportunities to kill chat. I think there's some pretty decent Twitch integration mods for that, but I'm not sure how evil they are. Bonk.
Docking granted. Docking aborted.
But anyway. Ah! I knew that was going to happen. Also, am I stuck again? I'm stuck again. I think. Let me go! My poor innocent TIE fighter, what have you done to it? Oh, I see. Let me go. Damn it. Bonk. Okay, that got us loose. And then I immediately go back to the behavior that got us stuck in the first place. Which reminds me. Okay, tomorrow is Wednesday, I think. Yeah, today was Tuesday, so tomorrow's Wednesday. So I need to decide. AF Community Borrow Trauma is happening on Thursday again, as far as I know. So I'm not quite sure how I want to handle Nostalgia Night, which traditionally has been Thursday. So I need to decide if I want to temporarily move Nostalgia Night to Wednesdays, or if I just want to cancel Nostalgia Night until everybody gets bored with Borrow Trauma.
Requesting permission to dock.
Because we would actually be at a good, reasonable place to cancel it for a while. Because we had just finished up the previous game and it's time to start a new one. So maybe that might be the best idea. Because if I recancel, if I reschedule it for Wednesdays, that's going to severely cut into the whatever weekday games end up being around. Because then almost half of the week will be for dedicated games that aren't just the random things I normally do over the weekdays. Namely, a lot less X4 will be happening. Ah. Okay. I meant to do that. That actually worked out surprisingly well. I kind of expected to hit something. I just love flying around the stations in this game. Ah! Okay. Well, I could have shot that gap, but not from that angle. I think the next Nostalgia Night game is probably going... Well, I really want to do... Free Space 2. But I need to find some time to set it up, too, because... I think this week we might just skip, because I don't really have time to set up Free Space 2 right now. I need to go look up all the different files I'm going to need, and because I'm not just going to play the whatever you get when you install Free Space 2 off GOG, because Free Space 2 Open is a thing, and that fixes a lot of stuff, improves the graphics a lot, and on and on and on. Yeah, I have no idea how long AF's gonna run that Borrow Trauma thing. As far as I'm concerned, you could run it forever and ever I'm in. That was kind of fun. I'm sure everybody will get bored of it eventually, but...
Docking granted.
I think I'm gonna cancel, yeah, I think I'm gonna cancel Nostalgia Night for at least a week or two. While I get, find the time to get Free Space 2 set up. And then maybe we can play some of that, and we'll see how the Borrow Trauma is going by then. Anyway. Another thing with Barotrauma, app usually starts later than I do.
Docking aborted.
Docking permission granted.
So depending on what the game of the week is, it might be entirely possible to squeak some stuff in before starting the Barotrauma. Have to see how all that works out. I don't want to stream too long on weekdays anyway. I need to get sleep and all that stuff. Not skimp on my work and all those other fun adult things you need to worry about when you need to make your own money. Oh well. If I was even slightly more responsible, I'd already have Free Space 2 set up and ready to go, but I keep putting it off, and then it's like, oh no, time crunch. That's been on my list to play. I mean, I played it before, but with keyboard and mouse. It's been high on my list of games that I want to try if I ever get flight sticks someday.
Docking aborted.
And well, now I have flight sticks, so it's time to revisit it. I'm a little tempted to see what's happened with that, oh, we're gonna call it Battlestar Galactica game that's based on the Free Space Open engine. I don't know anything at all about Battlestar Galactica. I've never watched the show, never read any books really. I have no idea. But that little standalone game was my first experience with Free Space Open and Free Space 2 in general. It was a pretty good experience too. Did I pick up Star Wars Squadrons? Yep. And I played through the single player on stream already. It was pretty good. I enjoyed the flying. The controls were a little annoying sometimes, but I managed to get them bound more or less decently to the sticks and zipped around a bunch. The difficulty level I picked was maybe a little bit higher than what would have been optimal. I ended up having to drop it down to a lower difficulty once because it was just impossible to finish this stupid mission. I don't have a YouTube. I do have a YouTube, sort of.
Requesting permission. Docking permission.
I just use my YouTube channel as a place to upload the VODs. They don't go away.
Docking granted.
There's a whole bunch of VODs on there uploaded at on a somewhat haphazard schedule. Basically, everything except the very first couple streams should be there.
Docking aborted.
Like the first stream and then maybe the second stream. Because Twitch doesn't save VODs by default and I didn't realize that. But pretty much everything after that. There's a couple like 3 or 4 minute streams that didn't make it up there because I couldn't be bothered to upload them. Or streams, I should say. Short moments in between the internet working and not working. But anyway, it's strictly a VOD archive though, so it's not very watchable. I don't do any editing whatsoever, and the descriptions and titles are somewhat haphazard. And generally, the titles are just the stream, whatever the stream title was at the time, except sometimes YouTube cuts them off, which is annoying. And lately I've gotten lazy enough that I just title them with the date and use the original stream title as the description. Not exactly a lot of effort goes into my YouTube. But the nice thing is, if anybody ever wants to go back and look something up in a VOD, they are there, assuming you can find the one you want. And most of the videos have a date either in the description or the title, so it should be, you know what date you want to find. But anyway. Bonk. Let's take a look at how the Oops is doing. I see 2 health bars. Oh, one of them is for me. Oh, the third one's almost done. Boom. 34 minutes left to go for the next one. And we need about 5,000 module prefabs, which is about an hour, hour and a half of production with current rates. Pretty good. Silicon ore are still going down. We still need smart chips to buy drones. We currently have 11 million though, so this thing is making money at a pretty solid rate. What all are we selling? Okay, we had a pretty chunky sale here. Microchips looks like 3,000 microchips. Microchips, energy cells, silicon wafers, microchips, superfluid coolant, microchips. Wow, everybody seems to want microchips right now. Silicon wafers. Making pretty good money. How many microchips are we producing versus how many are being used? Come on, autosave, get out of the way. Oh. Once we stop consuming all of our modules for construction, those should probably sell pretty well too. Okay, microchips. We are producing 10,000, consuming 5,000. Okay. How many microchips do I have? 8? Yeah. Clearly, I might have estimated my math a little bit more estimatey than would be optimal. Why do I have the buy limit set to 1? And set to never buy. Let's change that. Leave automatic buy amount. Station setting, never buy. There's no reason to have a buy limit when you have them set to never purchase it in the first place. When was the last time I pulled money out of this place? 47 minutes ago. So we're making more than 10 million an hour at least out of this station. Pretty decent. Obviously, I'd like to have more than that, but we'll get there. I wonder if I should... Okay, what's our current production rate for modules? Module prefabs. Production per hour, about 4,000. When we add the fourth one on, it'll be close-ish to 5,000. Actually, it might actually be 5,000 because I think it's like, what, 1,200 per? Let's check. Yeah, a little over 1,200 per. So we'll be producing about 5,000 an hour. I wonder if maybe I should double the size of this station. Because we could just straight up double it. Buy more miners. Okay, we're producing 10,000 more silicon wafers than we need. We don't need to just straight up double it. We could be a little more smart about it and try to get the ratios a little closer to correct. By looking at production consumption and doing a little bit of guesstimating math, we could probably get a lot closer than what we are now without putting any real brain power into it. We're producing 10,000 Durasteel per hour. We wouldn't need to double the Durasteel production, I doubt. Well, let's look. Module prefab production doesn't even require Durasteel, looks like. Okay, so we're producing way more Durasteel than what we need. Although we can probably use some of that later for ship production, I'd probably like to build my ships in a completely different system and maybe over on the other side of the galaxy or something.
Of course, spit, honest citizen.
Because let's be honest, I don't really want to be tied to Hoth forever. Oh, it's like, why are they backing up? It's because they're undocking, of course. I do need to get... Okay, what do we need here? Smart chips. Where can we get smart chips? Add remove where? Smart chip. Okay. Who in this misbegotten galaxy sells smart chips? Okay, there's a little place down here that sells some. How many do they have in stock? 18K. How many do I need? Not that many, I don't think. It might be profitable to just go ahead and buy a freighter over that way. Or not necessarily profitable, but a good idea. Buy a freighter here at this wharf, buy smart chips, and ship them across. Okay, how many smart chips do I actually need? We need 650. Okay. I think I'm going to do that. Buy a small freighter. Or a large freighter. Medium freighter, probably. Let's see. Size M. Those things are kinda ugly, not gonna lie. Less ugly than this, though. Is there anywhere around here that sells Kazantes? Let's see what these guys sell. There we go. A proper Imperial ship. Found one of those weird stations, Black Sun, but in Lantilles. Interesting. Okay, high preset. Switch to all-around Mark 1s to save a tremendous amount of money. We'll just let them go with whatever their shields and guns I think are proper. Dual lasers. Okay, I suppose. Software's fine. Don't need any flares. No Marines. Full service crew. 1.6 million. I suppose. Okay. So we'll fly that down here once it's done. And we'll buy a load of smart chips. Minutes, like me 5 minutes, okay. Yeah, we'll just mess around for 5 minutes and then we'll set up the smart chip order. And then hopefully we'll finally have cargo drones available. I probably should buy more than 650 smart chips. It wouldn't really hurt to buy more. It also probably wouldn't hurt to just buy 650 and be done. How many drones do I have listed to buy? 50 cargo and 15 repair. That's probably enough. Yeah, that's probably enough drones. Bonk. Maybe next time I should take the Pretender and go see if he can tie on some Black Sun. Find out what those stations are. I don't know if the Pretender could take on Black Sun and survive, but it's worth a try. I mean, I wouldn't throw it up against an Imperial Star Destroyer at the Maw, but... Ah, we're gonna hit. Yep. No. No, when will I ever learn? We're stuck. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Free me. Okay, there we go. That wasn't too bad. We definitely would have hit if I kept going there. Okay. Here, 2 minutes.
Building drone.
Oh, that's the
Neutron
construction.
Star builder.
Yeah, that's a construction ship. The station's almost done. Just got a little bit more production. We definitely did not deserve to fit through that gap. I don't know how long we spent working on this station now, but it feels like ages. Actually, at this point, we could go ahead and buy our own construction ship, too. We've got the money. And we've got enough money pouring in that we can afford to just blow whatever, however million it was. I think they were cheaper in this mod than... I remember them being in vanilla, too. Or maybe they're more expensive, I don't remember. One or the other. Well, we could definitely afford one at this point. If we're making over 10 million an hour, which it was like 11 million in 40 some minutes. So, assuming some wiggle factor in each direction. it'd be quite a while before we could buy ourselves a shipyard on that kind of income. But we don't have to just sit around and wait either. We can, you know, continue making more money. After all, that money was being made while this station was producing parts to build itself larger. So really, we just need to start building more stations near this one.
Docking granted.
Can you buy some Imperial military ship from like the Mining Guild? Yes, not from the Mining Guild, but
Docking aborted.
there are, it's kind of interesting. Most of the faction-specific ships, except a few, there's just a few that are you can only get from a faction. Most of them are available from named shipyard companies. So, like, Imperial ships can be bought. Fighters and lighter ships can mostly be bought from Sinar Systems in the Empire here. And most of the capital ships can be bought from Quat Drive Yards. Or like the Clone Era stuff, it can be bought up here from these guys. Or it can be bought from Camino down here. So there's generally at least 2, if not 3, and sometimes more sources for any given kind of ship. The problem is, the reason I want to suck up to the Empire... looks like our Gazanti's done. The reason I want to suck up to the Empire is because I want Imperial 2 Star Destroyers, and they're not available from any of the other factions except the Empire or the Imperial Remnant directly. Also, there's a couple other things like that that I would like to get that are not generally available. Okay. Damn it. I should just type the number in instead of doing this, but it can't be bothered to reach for my keyboard. Okay, after we purchase smart chips from there, we'll have to fly across hostile space. And trade with the survey. Oops, thing here. There we go. And confirm. Boom. And then we'll park out behind the station where I can see it. Awesome.
Docking granted.
So yeah, I could buy Imperial 1s.
Docking aborted.
I could buy most of the, most of the main Imperial capital ships I could buy quite easily from Quat. And Sinar has most of the TIE variants and stuff that I would care about. Let's see, what do they actually have? Okay, first let's look at see what capital ships Sinar offers. There's a couple, I think. Yeah, they just have the Harbor class for XL. For large size, you can get Imperial light cruisers, Quasar flyers, these things. Acclimator 1 transports. Yeah. The main thing that they have of interest, though, is their ties. Okay, for medium size, they have Customs Corvette, which is kind of cool, actually. Gazanti class cruisers. Gazanti class armed transports. Gazanti class transport in general. I thought they had Gazanti class carriers, but I guess not. Lambda shuttles. Probe droids, TIE Advanced, TIE Bomber, TIE Fighter, TIE Vanguard. Oh, that's that thing. TIE Interceptors, which I really want. TIE Phantom, which is kind of cool looking. I would really like to see how this 2-seat cockpit works. Like, does the AI use the second seat? Yeah, the Mining Guild sells... The Mining Guild also has a special variant of the TIE Fighter you can buy from them. TIE Courier, which is a weird ship. Basically just a bomber. slightly modified. And then Quat Drive Yard. So I could get most of the ships that I want without having to be friends with either the Empire or the Imperial Ascendancy, but there's a couple things that I want that are only available from them. I get Imperial 1s. I would really like to have an Imperial 2, thank you very much. Couple various other stuff. Imperial light cruisers are available from these guys as well as some other random stuff. These things are kind of cool. Victory 2s, which I wouldn't mind having. Actually, let me look at the Imperial. Okay, yeah. I definitely want some Victory 2s. They're a bit smaller than the Imperial class, of course, but still pretty beefy. Vindicators. And then Acclimator transports. I think the only people who offer the non-transport acclimators are the clone era ones. Well, I'm not sure 100%. Yeah, the Mining Guild over here in Kuat, or Kessel, I mean, they have a wharf. The Mining Guild wharf has Action 4s, Gazantes, and then they have the Mining Guild TIE Fighter, which is interesting. And this random thing. Actually, let's see. Can I find a Mining Guild? Is there a Mining Guild shipyard around here somewhere? I don't think I've seen any Mining Guild shipyards. Yeah, I don't see any Mining Guild shipyards. So they probably don't have a shipyard. Unless they've really hidden it in a corner somewhere. Oh well. Alright, well, our Gazanti transport should be here with the smart chips eventually, which means we will eventually have cargo drones available. Which hopefully will speed up load and unload. Or mostly just unload. I don't really know the exact mechanics behind the cargo drones. If more of them is faster, or if you just need to have some, or how that works. It just seems like large ships unload really slowly, no matter how many mining drones I have. Or load really slowly. Oh well. We'll have to see what, if any, effect that has next time. Oh, there's one of my Action 4s.
Docking granted.
Action 4s aren't really a good upstanding Imperial craft, but oh well. It's what I have available at the moment. Because it is 10:40, so it's probably a good chance to save our game here. There we go. I think I'm going to call it a night here. Oh, let's see. Who's streaming? Watch. It looks like Wasted is streaming The Long Dark. You know, I think I own that game, but I've never played it. Sure, let's raid Wasted. We haven't raided Wasted in quite a while. He's a pretty cool guy. Bit of a salty Brit, but oh well. I started typing raid and I almost typed raid salty Brit. Okay. It is wasted space. There we go. Not entirely sure what I'm going to do tomorrow. Probably more X4, honestly. I could use some more X4 in my life. I got a little bit of withdrawal from last week. Yeah. We'll see. In any case, I hope you all have fun over at Wasted's. And I will see you all then. Yeah. Good night. And goodbye.